This is the deep end. We can go anywhere.
The Lord's gold standard for business owners.
He starts a conversation about Joseph. When you speak to the business leaders in America, you love to use Joseph, son of Jacob, as your gold standard on kingdom entrepreneurship. Is that not the case? Yes, Lord. Who's a better model? I mean, the laws of leverage, banking, he's literally invented the craft, in how he managed the economy of Egypt. So who can be better gold standard in the Bible of kingdom entrepreneurship? I would have you know that is not mine. And though he's not my gold standard of kingdom entrepreneurship, it is wisdom to know the end of the matter, not just the beginning thereof. Joseph, son of Jacob, was the beginning of me weaving the mantle of kingdom entrepreneurship, the beginning, not the end of the matter. My God standard lies in the hands of another Joseph. And I said, Lord, another Joseph? I said, what Joseph? He said to me, Joseph of Arimathea. He's only spoken about in 3 verses in Matthew, 4 verses in the book of Mark, and 2 in John. There's nothing there. To you, there's nothing there. But I wrote the Bible. If you stay with Joseph, son of Jacob, you are going to produce the kind of business people who can become wealthy but can't protect my interests. For you to know why he's my God standard, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. When I was on the earth, what was the most priceless piece of real estate on the earth? The covenant land of Israel that you gave to Abraham, that must be the most priceless piece of real estate. They're still fighting over it today. The most priceless piece of real estate when I was alive was my incorruptible body. When Joseph of Arimathea shows up, it is to rescue that priceless piece of real estate. This is when I was on the earth. When was I most vulnerable? I mean, I had never thought of Jesus in terms of vulnerability. When you are being slashed, when you are being beat up, he says, no. I was the most vulnerable when I was dead on the cross. Because at the whipping post, I had a mouth, and if I wanted to, I'd have called the legion of angels and cleared those guys in minutes. It says, I was the most vulnerable when I could not represent myself. I had no voice. I was a dead body. And who did I use to come and rescue that lifeless, vulnerable body? A businessman by the name of Joseph of Arimathea. The reason is my God standard. He says, because he gives you the reason for wealth. The businessmen of today are being destroyed because they fail to get to the zenith of the reason for wealth. The Lord, what is the reason for wealth? The reason for wealth is to rescue my body when it's most vulnerable. The business people you are producing are buying more houses, more jets, more Lamborghinis, because they think that is the ambience of what it means. Don't get me wrong. I have no problems with my people having nice things. But these same people who won't move a finger to rescue my lifeless body all over the world, where it's scattered, where it's on the cross, that Joseph of Arimathea leveraged his entire reputation, his wealth, to meet with Pilate to rescue a lifeless body on the cross, and brought me back to a tomb so I could be buried according to Jewish custom in keeping with Isaiah's prophecy. If Joseph of Arimathea had not rescued my body, what do you think would have happened to the story of the resurrection? The scum of the earth were put on the cross in Roman culture. And so when they were dead, their bodies were never buried. They were disposed in a mass grave. So Jesus' body was headed for a mass grave, except for the businessman by the name of Joseph of Arimathea.
It's crazy.
He said, many of the business people you are raising, once they have money, there's one thing that is the biggest idol on the earth: power. And political power has it. So many of them, when they get around politicians, they misrepresent the body. They actually leverage the body. Joseph of Arimathea went to see a politician in order to rescue my body, not to buy power. And he did not hide his allegiance to me, even though I was a dead body. Peter, John, all of these people, they followed me when I could speak. So you could say there was benefit to them because I was alive. I could work a miracle. I could do this. Joseph of Arimathea came for my body when I couldn't speak, when I couldn't work a miracle. And he rescued it. Those are the kind of business people that I want you to raise. So if you only talk about Joseph, son of Jacob, this model is going to be missing in the equation of business. Practice what it's for. This is the real essence of wealth. He says, my body needs to be rescued all over the world. And I'm raising business people who are using some of the rescue money to feed the ego of success.
That's big. How do we fix it?
Once you see Joseph of Arimathea and you understand my highest purpose for wealth, for every businessman, is to rescue the body of Christ, then the question that must become natural for you is, Lord, this next $1 million I've made, is it mine? Is it something that blessing me as a father to do ABC, buy a boat? Or is this money supposed to rescue something? He says, if you ask me that, I'll show you if it's money to bless you or money to rescue you, because I'll give you both. He says, there are money I've given to business people to rescue the body of Christ that became a yacht, that became another house, and rescued nothing for me.
Wow.